FlossTube, Janelle here with coffee, wine, and stitching time. Today is Sunday. That's what I got for you. Sunday. I can think about it for a minute. August 17th. Yep, August 17th. I've been back from my trip for about a week. But you know, when you're gone for 2 weeks, life waits for you. It doesn't just disappear and you come back to, you know, the day that you come back to everything that happened throughout while you were gone as well. So so I was hoping to have something done hopefully like the beginning of the week, but it did take me a whole week to get here. But you know what? That's okay because life had to happen. So I am here with a bit of a recap, just a titch. I think I really should have gotten a bigger coffee cup for this little session that we have here today. But I'm sweating because because it's summer. It's summertime and humidity happens here in Minnesota too. And I just tried to reorganize. When I came home when I carried everything in from the car, it was all pretty organized. But like I said, life. So I had to dig through some bags. Yes, just a couple bags. And I created a bigger mess than normally even what I create. Well, no, I should say it's probably comparable to what it looks like after a FlossTube. But that's okay because I kind of refreshed myself with a little bit and like put things in some different spots. So I'm just gonna, forewarning, I was gone for 2 weeks. Everything's not in order. Progress will be spattered throughout. It's just gonna happen how it happens. Sorry. I guess, I don't know what to say because this is recapping a 2-week thing. You will be happy to hear though that the Blue Earth portion of the trip is in a well-organized FlossTube with Feisty Needle, Tona. We were down there, so we did a FlossTube together and that's already out there. I have a link to it's there. I put a post out on Facebook and Instagram and I try to add a link to it, but if you look up Feisty Needle, and it's FIESTY Needle, you'll be able to see it linked under her there. So part of the trip was already there. But yeah, so I won't cover all of the things that I covered on that one, but I might hit a few highlights on that one still. So with that, let's just dig in, shall we? Oh, and you may have seen, you know, a plethora of videos coming out about 2 weeks ago as well. 3 weeks ago now, maybe. Over like a period of about 4 or 5 days. I finally caught up and got all the videos posted. So I'm very happy about that. And in all honesty, if I hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't be doing FlossTube anymore because that would have been way too much to come back from. And I'm not a good one to just like cut the tie, start over, go from here. I need that story in the middle sometimes as to how you got there. So there we are. Okay, let's get going then with some other things. So lots of sews. I'm hearing the sews. So. But you know what? Guess what? I sewed. But you saw that in my last video. And I'm hoping to be able to sew again soon. So let's get going. Let's start with I wonder if I can pull that bag out. So I started my trip. I took off. Well, I don't know if I said this in my video or not, but my mom was in the hospital right at the beginning of my trip. She went in like 2 days beforehand. Thankfully, my sister was able to take care of all of that, and I didn't have to postpone anything. I could carry on as needed and just keep things going, and she was able to take care of it. So to begin my trip, I stopped off at the hospital and saw my mom. So that was good, because I think it would have been an extra long 2 weeks for her if I hadn't touched base. So I did that. And then I headed down to Iowa, and my trip to driving to Osage, Iowa started off the trip in a perfect manner. It was kind of like, I thought I had my route pretty well planned. I had all of my stops and all of my ideas of where I want to go pretty well planned. And then all of a sudden on the way to Iowa, I was probably 20, maybe 30 miles from the hospital. I missed my first turn. So I'm like, all right, reroute. And then all of a sudden I'm like, got on the route. I missed my next turn. I'm like, what the heck? My mind was gone. And then I was also getting some phone calls about my mom in the hospital because I'm listed as her person and everything like that. So a lot of conversations back and forth. So there were some reasons why I missed my turns, not just me totally daydreaming, not watching where I was going, but also trying to organize and get things situated as well. But about, so one of the turns I missed, all of a sudden I was going to go down a dirt road, and I'm like, let's try it. You know, what the heck? We're already in cornfields. Let's get the dirt roads going too. So I went down the dirt road. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that far. I'm like, all right, we can handle this one. And then we're more corn, lots of corn. And it was awesome because I wasn't taking the 35 down or anything like that. I was taking like back roads. And as we're going in that, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, this is really peaceful. I like this. And I come to, and now I can't remember, but it was like, I don't know. One of the things that made it peaceful in my brain was like letting go of things and just thinking outside of the box. There's a country song, and it's wooden crosses. There's 3 wooden crosses or something like that. Why there's not 4 of them. Only heaven knows, or only, I don't know. I don't know all the exact words unless I'm actually singing along with it. But, and we won't do that today here. When I got to that, all of a sudden there was this intersection with corn all around and wooden crosses on one of the corners. And I'm like, wow, okay. So that just brought that song up, and I'm like, okay, that was different, but okay. Kept going. And this was my next pick, the next thing I saw. And it wasn't the first one. I took a picture of this one, a couple T's in the road. And as you come to the T in the road, in the middle of cornfields, you have corn here, and corn there. And it's just like, take your pick, which way you want to go. And it reminded me of the Wizard of Oz coming into the fork of the road with the scarecrow. And they're like, you know what? Whichever way you want to go, you know, you got to pick that way. And that was the basis of my trip. Whichever way you go, you're going to get somewhere. So I'm just like, I just was like, okay, I missed some turns. Who cares? We're going different routes. Who cares? If something happens off the beaten path or life throws me a curveball, who cares? You still got to take that turn, and you still got to continue on. So it was kind of set some basis for life. So it was kind of cool. Okay. So yeah. Okay, then I got to the hotel and I checked in. So this is why, I named this leg of the trip Corn. Everything was just named corn. Because I got to the hotel, opened my window, and here was my room with a view. Corn. And I have nothing against corn. I just thought it was really cool. It was like, yeah, this is what I need to see. I need to see nothing but corn. To just let everything go and start fresh and open and let the mind relax and have a wonderful vacation. I didn't think I was gonna cry on this part, but I had a great vacation. I was away from life for 2 weeks. I was away from home for 2 weeks. I was away from work for 2 weeks. I was, I checked in with people so that they knew I was safe and they knew where I was going next and everything like that. And it was just such a great freeing trip that I'm already starting my next one. So there you are. Okay, back to Osage, Iowa. Corn. Gosh. Now I did end up like showing somebody in Blue Earth like a lot of this stuff, so things are like not completely organized as they were before. Nope, that was Beers for South Dakota. Where is which bag was Stitchery Nook? It might have been, is it this one? Nope. It wasn't that one. Okay, so I lied. I'm not going to be able to show you that right now without digging through every single bag. So I'm just going to let's tell you about the trip and then we'll go into haul and progress and all that kind of stuff. So then after Osage, Iowa, so I spent the night there and I found this cute little, well, I don't know if it was cute. It was a bar and grill and it was Tell You What Cafe or bar and grill, and it was right by Stitchery Nook. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. One of my reasons I wanted to stay the night, or two reasons I wanted to stay the night in Osage, Iowa, was because it was on my shop hop for Blue Earth. And now I can't find that little thing that I want to find either. Here it is, shop hop. So there were 3 shops. There's Shanty Stitchers, Welcome Stitchery, and the Stitchery Nook. Osage, Iowa, Beersford, South Dakota, and Blue Earth, Minnesota. So this is the map. So this is, what's this one? Beersford, South Dakota, here's Osage, Iowa, and here's Blue Earth. So what I did is I started in Iowa, and then after that, because some of their hours are a little off and didn't fit with everything else that had like specific dates, and I had some extra time in between, I started off in Osage, spent the night there, did some shopping at Stitchery Nook. Then you can't see Missouri down here, but then I came down to Missouri the next day. But anyways, okay, so I started in Osage, Iowa because I wanted to check out the hotels that are there, like what different places to eat are, and above Stitchery Nook, above the shop, they have like a little retreat area, and I think there's like 15 beds up there. And I've been to some small town retreat centers and things like that, and sometimes sometimes they're old, worn, creaky beds, so I was a little nervous. I wanted to see what it was first, and I was pleasantly surprised. Apparently it's like $50 a night to stay there. I'm not sure if you can just do it randomly here or there, but I have a retreat I'm going to in October, Floss Friends, Denise and Mary, and it's at Stitchery Nook. So my friend Debbie and I, we needed to make some reservations so that we have a place to sleep when we're down there. So I checked it out while I was down there, and we decided we're gonna stay there. And then it's walking distance to where we're gonna eat. There's a, oh gosh, it's gonna Cupboard Cafe, Cupboard, Country Cupboard, something like that. It's a Mennonite run coffee shop and little store kind of doohickey. So it was fun. They had some cute things there, and I'm very excited to go back. Yeah, I kind of scouted the town to see how it was. So, and I found some good finds at Stitchery Nook, and they had a whole batch of fabric. I didn't have a lot of time to stay and shop because I was on a time crunch to get to Kansas City, Missouri for a dinner theater that night. But that's okay, because I know I'm going to be back in October and have plenty of time to shop while I'm there for that retreat. So perfect. So yeah, so I spent the night there. Next morning I shopped at Stitchery Nook, and then I took off and went to Kansas City, Missouri for the Black Needle Society murder mystery camp. So Black Needle Society does a camp every year. So I think it was 2023 is when it was camp. Well, they're not getting rid of the camp name. So they have a in-person retreat. They have an in-person retreat each year, and it just camp stuck there. And the theme this year was murder mystery. So we all got these little t-shirts, Black Needle Society Murder Mystery 2025, and there's always a snail pattern that is associated to all of their items as well. So the night before the retreat started, Clue was playing at their local dinner theater. So if I have a couple pictures, I'll shove them in here. I did not take a lot of pictures. That's one thing I try to do, was stay off my phone, be in the moment, and just take it all in. So yeah, we did the dinner theater, sat with some friends, and had some good food and everything. It was so fun. And we met a new friend. She was from the Kansas City area, and Mackenzie. So we had an extra seat at our table. This was her very first retreat that she had ever been to. And so it was really nice to talk with her. And I sat with Jennifer Frog Stitcher, and Keisha at the, and I don't know Keisha's Instagram, but we all sat together at the murder mystery. So that was fun. And then, let's see. Then the next day, Thursday, I was rooming with Jennifer, and she had to do some work to set up because she was one of the camp counselors. So I decided to do a little stitching up in the room. So I started a couple of projects. There were some other people there as well. Sarah, the redneck bifocal stitcher, I think that's what her thing is. When we were in Frogwarts, the virtual retreat by BNS, she had shown this pattern, Lila Studios, Nevermore, on her, and she showed it up and was sharing things and everything like that. And I said, you know what, I have that. I found it. I got it from Stitchville a long time ago, and I wanted to start it. So I brought it down there, and we both started it while we were at the retreat. And here is my start. I know it's really small, but so it is this part of the bird right down here by the tail. And I actually spent hours on this, because this is like page, I want to say page 3 or something like that of the pattern. Or was it, this was page maybe 2 of the pattern, I don't know. Anyways, where it cuts off, so on the patterns you have the grids, you have the 10 by 10, 10 by 10 grids on most patterns. Well, it was 10s all the way across, except for the last. It stopped at 9, but it didn't identify that it was 9. It just stopped. And I was like, it didn't identify a 10th number, which should have been a clue to me, but I ripped out and redid, and hours of work on this because I couldn't get things to, I was trying to make it all, I was going to like connect it all, and I couldn't because I was assuming everything was a 10 box, you know, 100 stitch box, 10 by 10. And it wasn't. It was 9 by 10. So hours of work went into this already, but I am excited to pick this up later again and work on it. But yeah, so that is a start that I had. And then let's see here. The other thing that I started at camp, you know what? I should wait on that one. Yeah, let's wait on that. Let's talk about camp a little bit more. So during camp, we had all kinds of things happening. We had some games. It was murder mystery. So we all, here, let me grab the swag bag for that one for camp. So I have all kinds of other things in this bag as well. So we'll just go through this whole bag here. But so our swag bag was a tote bag with evidence on it. And inside our bag, we got some different items. We got this zipper pouch, great big zipper pouch, project bag. And this is the pattern. It's called Murder in a Quaint English Village. So this is the pattern that we have. And so it was, there it is up close. And here it is with some extra things on it. Well, one of the things that people were asking is if it was possible to get the rest of this possibly in the pattern as well. And she did. She was able to give us that on a digital pattern. So people have the whole thing that they can stitch if they wish to do so. Otherwise, they could stitch this, just this part of it, or you could even do, you know, just stop at the skulls or not have the skulls and do just the other work part of it. So many options you could do there. You know me, I'm all about changing things up if I want to. We also got the snail pattern. So this is the snail that's on our t-shirt. And this one is called Sherlock's Snail. So it's got the little pipe that he's smoking and his hat. And every year at camp, they do have like anybody who like finishes the squirrel or has finishes and things like that, there's a bell to ring to go do it. But everybody who finishes the squirrels will be able to go up and they get their picture taken towards the end of the retreat. We got all the floss that we need for the items, and this was really cute how it was done. They put it all on this floss drop, and it's 221B Baker Street. And the symbols for all of the, I don't know if you can see this or not, but not everybody caught this. The symbols for the different colors, it spells out who done it first, and then it has some other ones. So it's kind of fun. This is a pattern that I do plan on. I don't think I'm going to do the snail, but I do plan on doing this at some point in time, so that's fun. We also did get fabric for it. We got one more reproduction by Be Stitch Me, and I got Ada, so I got a 16 count. Now this isn't going to be enough fabric for the extra with all that for the digital that was supplied, but it is for the main pattern that was given. Let's see, also in our swag bag, we got a little book sleeve, and this has, it's like a little murder puzzle solving kind of deal. We got the choice of a book. There were 2 different ones that you could choose from. One of them was Agatha Christie, 12 New Mysteries. And I got this one, Marple. And then let's see. Oh, we all had our little detective badges with our numbers. We won prizes based on our numbers. They would do a random call. There's my ticket from the clue for the murder mystery the night before. We also got some wet ones, just in case we had sticky fingers, I guess. Magnifier glass, so we could scope out some clues. We had a little notebook, so we could take notes if we needed. We got a pen, and it was different bones. I think mine is the upper leg bone with the hip joint and all of that there. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything more in here. Oh, there is one other thing, but I don't know where it is. And I lost mine right away. I was really bad. So there was a brown envelope in every bag, and it had if you were a detective or if you were a murderer. And what they did is if you were a detective, you had 2 little strips of paper at the bottom, and you could accuse somebody twice of being the murderer before especially to save yourself. So if you thought somebody was a murderer before they murdered you, you could accuse them, and you would win. And there were 3 murderers. So there were 3 grand prizes. So either the person that caught the murderer or the murderer got the grand prize. 2 of the murderers were caught. There was a Ada murder, a Evenweave murder, and a Linen murder. And 2 of them were caught, 1 was not. So it was very, very fun. And then in the camp Facebook group, when a murder had a victim, they would put a sticker on their back, and it was either Ada, Linen, or whatever for the sticker to identify who murdered them. And then they would put a post and say, like, person with purple shorts and a blue purse, I got you, you're dead, or something like that. It was pretty cool. It was very interesting how they did it, and I thought it was very creative, and it was very fun. Yeah, I lost my brown envelope and my tickets right away. I did glance in there, and I knew that I was not a murderer, so it was okay. But people thought I was the murderer, of course. One of them even came up to me and said, "You've been kind of lurking around and doing different things a lot." And I'm like, "Yeah. Are you the murderer?" or something like that. And I'm like, "No." So it was fun. It was very fun. So with that, I said that we had, gotten prizes and different things like that. They had prizes, and they had vendors there. It was in an embassy suite, so on the 5th floor, they actually the vendors were able to set the front of their suites up with their items, so you could go in and shop. So that was pretty cool. I won a raffle. They had raffle tickets, and they were being donated to, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot who it was donated to. It was a really good cause. So we got raffle tickets, and I won one of the gift baskets. I don't know if I got the one from Quilted. I always get the name wrong. Quilter Station or from CC & Company, but Quilter Station. I got the one from Quilter Station. And it was a kit, one of their kits from like a previous retreat or gathering that they had before. And I wasn't interested in stitching that, so I ended up giving that to Keisha. Well, Keisha won something from her name being drawn. She got Bent Creek Happy Groundhog's Day, and she has this one already, so she gave that one to me. So it was a nice little trade. So that was pretty fun. So I was excited for that. I won't be doing this one as, so I'm doing, one of the reasons I'm really excited for this is I like the Bent Creek Rose, and I've been collecting and kitting up, myself and Debbie both, and we've been doing a bunch of the Bent Creek Rose on 10 count. But these are the ones without alphabets or extra things. This one I'm gonna do normal, like a normal cross stitch. So, but one of the things that I did work on while I was at the retreat, and I wanted 2 finishes over the 2 weeks. I wanted to start and finish this, and I did. I finished this before I left the retreat, and then I wanted to finish one other item. And if you've seen the other clip with a Feisty Needle, Tona, Feisty Stitcher, Feisty Needle, then you would know what my other one is. But if you don't, stay tuned, it's coming up soon. But the one that I started on Thursday before camp started, actually no, this one I started after camp started. It's I Love You More Than All the Stars. And what I did is I'm using a 10 count, and I have a 10 count Betsy Ross English Rose. And here it is. Let me see if I can throw some of this behind it so you can see a little less see-through. So there. I love you more than all the stars in the sky. And on all of these, there's very few that we picked, that I picked the called for colors. I picked the fabric first and then picked the thread colors throughout. And these we're using 3 strands of whatever it is that we're doing. And for this one, I used Old Purple Paint, Purple Haze, and Cauldron. And then Weathered Barn. And then I did put the beads on. You can see very faintly that there are some beads on there as well. So that is what I did. So I had a start and a finish during the retreat, which is good because these rows were supposed to be one of the things that I wanted to really concentrate on this year, but my stitchy bug hasn't really been there all year. But I did finish 2 of them now. So I think I have, let's see, because if I go somewhere, if any retreat I go on, I'm gonna bring the one, and my goal for the rest of the year is going to be start and finish one. And I do have 2 more retreats that I'm going on this year. I'm going to Floss Friends in Iowa, and I'm going to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee to Stitch in the Smokies in November. And then I feel like I have, no, that's all I have for this year. So for the cross stitching retreats. But the other ones that I have are Think Happy, Be Happy, and these are the colors and the floss colors I have for that. I won't go into details on each one. Let's Be Thankful. Let Us Be Thankful. And then I have this orange with these nice fall colors. This one I have to take out because I have it flipped in there the other way. This one's Hippity Hoppity, Easter's on its way. And I've got, it looks like I might have Betsy Ross again for that one with some nice spring colors. And you'll have to excuse my lighting today. It is a nice cloudy day here in Minnesota. We've had some storms yesterday and today, so All right, and then this is one that I have done, Will You Be My Valentine? I know I've shown that one before. This one, I don't know what this one is for. It's kitted up, but I don't know which pattern because I don't have extra patterns at all. Here's a Trick or Treat, Smell My Feet. And let me maneuver this. There. So there's the colors. It's a nice kind of clay orange kind of color. And then I've got a couple patriotic ones. So I have Stars and Stripes Forever with a little natural and some patriotic colors. And then we have, now this one is Glory. And my friend Debbie finished this off. Like I said, we're not doing the alphabets, but she changed it up and she has Glory on there and she put old, O-L-D in front of Glory. So it turned out really cool how she did it. And I have it on this like cream color, and again, it'll be patriotic colors. And then the last one I have in my bag here is Happy Christmas Row. And here it is. And on this one, I have a sparkly gold one. These are all 10 count, and then the Christmas colors. So I think I think my October one that I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do one of the Halloween one, either Trick or Treat, Smell My Feet, or yeah. And then I think for the November one, I'm probably gonna do the Let Us Be Thankful. So I think those are the two that I'm going to do next. Try to stay in the season a little bit to make it a little more, I don't know, a little more thoughtful in what I'm picking. So I am hoping to have at least 2 more done by the end of the year. So 4 out of, how many do I have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that I have kitted with patterns. So almost half, not too bad. Okay, going on, I got a couple items from friends that were getting rid of things. This was with Grateful Hearts. This is out of a magazine, Fall 2015. And then this is an awesome, I love this. I love the cat and the yarn, and oh, it's so fun. Yeah, this is super cute. It's Kitten and Knittin', and it's from the art of Edie Harper. So, very fun with that. With every retreat, you have different things. Oh, this is one, I brought like 5 boxes of things to put on the free table, and this was one of them in the free box, and I decided to keep this. So I got something for myself off the free table. And then let's see, I'm trying to like be meaningful in the piles I make today, because knowing everything I have, it's gonna be a huge mess when I'm done. So there were some things I purchased, some things I got off the free table, some things I was gifted. It was funny. Oh, she's from Alaska. I can picture her. I know exactly who she is. She makes really cool bags. She was going through the boxes or whatever of the free stuff, and she came over. She goes, I think I need to bring you a bag. So she brought this over and gave me a bag. Let me pick which one, and I thought this was really cute. So, and it was nice because I got to hold all of my stuff, and I'm gonna remember her name before we're done with this. These are just some random things that I got. I got this Witchy Stitcher I'm just gonna like go through and where I got it from. So this Witchy Stitcher sticker from Golden Familiars, that was one of the vendors that was there. And she was selling these embroidery hoop frames. So these are kind of cool because you can just put something on a regular old frame, not decorative, and stick it in there. I got this from one of the other vendors. It was Lady Di, and it doesn't quite fit, so I was thinking I would use this for my wildflowers, which you'll see in a little bit. I'll do that a highlight from the Blue Earth stuff, but it wasn't gonna quite fit. It's just a little too tight for it to fit, so I did get a replacement. But I want to try this because I think my Sheep Punk series from Forbidden Fiber Co., they have like hexagons, they have squares, they have rounds, they have different sizes. I thought this might be kind of fun to do some old finished things, and I can even get like some of those old pieces that are Tim Holtz type finishes things and put on here to give it like eclectic, out of the ordinary looks for these frames. So this might be something, an idea that I have for future. So that is that. Let's see. Erica Kolach, she was passing out a Q-snap cover for everybody. So she sewed all different kinds of Q-snaps and all different varieties of fabrics and sizes, and you got to pick out your Q-snap cover. So that was super nice. We had a little make and take to make a little Ort jar. So I didn't put anything on here yet because I really wasn't sure what I wanted to put on. But I brought home and I actually used it for my Orts. I don't know where this came from. I was sitting at a table and there were a lot of things just dropped off as you're gone, but I kept this cute little dino pen. Amanda Badger, Soulful Creations. I am completely enamored by her skills here too. She does project binders, and these project binders, now I have other project binders, and you know, a lot of people make great project binders, but the thing I love about this one is it has a zipper, and this Tula fabric is amazing. I never actually did get any of this Tula fabric to do anything with, but I wanted it. And it has this really fun rainbow zipper on it. And then when you open it up, as you'll be able to tell, I've already started using this. There's a zipper pouch here. There's a pocket here. There's a place for your pieces of your threads. You know, the one thing I don't think it has is I don't think it has a magnet. Yeah, no magnet, no needle minder. But it has another zipper pouch here. It has a folder pocket here and a folder pocket here. So this is amazing. The only thing I wish is that it maybe had a needle minder inside there, and it was just a little bit bigger so that if you did have an 8.5 by 11 pattern that you didn't want the corners to bend, but you wanted to put it inside that pocket, that you could do that a little bit more easily. But I love this. I absolutely love this. And she is pretty local to me. She was showing me here, Soulful Creations, Amanda Badger. And here's the QR code if you can grab that or not sure. But check her out. She's got some wooden finishing ideas. She's got all kinds of fun little things. I know I've got more things in bags and other places. I know I got something else from her here too. So yes, definitely check her out. And in here, when we were out shopping, Jennifer and I, we found, this is Rosie and Me, and this is a vendor from CC and Company, and she or not a vendor, but a designer who has all of her things at CC and Company. We picked this one out, so we're going to go ahead and start this together. And I found this fabric on the free table, and I thought this would be perfect for this pattern. And this is 14 count Aida, hand dyed, crazy hamster. Hey, I just watched Jenny the Quilt Junkie. She was talking about crazy hamster earlier today, I think. So yeah. So that's pretty fun. And then I did get the rest of the flosses that I need. I kitted that up when I was at Welcome Stitchery also. And I got the button. I got the 2 buttons that I needed for it as well. So I haven't started it yet, but Jen, I am ready to go. We're gonna get that started. I know you probably already have it close to finished already. Here's another piece of Aida that I got off the free table. It's probably like a 14 or 16 count or something like that, but oh, you know what? I'm gonna back up just a touch because there's a little bit of sunlight coming in here. And I think this might be better for some of the things. Just trying to move the pile that I dumped out from the bag earlier. There. Oh, more of a shadow, but oh crap. Oh well. Let's move the chair. Does that work? We'll just do that. That's pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close right there. Cool. All right. And now I'm getting like a whole bunch of light on my face here, so I think that's going to create more of a glare. So we're going to scratch that idea and go back up. There. And now you're probably like all dizzy. Sorry. Ghost Boy was the vendor there. And Ghost Boy does some peyote stuff. And I know I had a peyote project before, but it was overwhelming and it was 3-dimensional. This one looked like it would be a little bit easier. Now it's not my favorite pattern. By the time I got up there, a lot of his things were sold out. But I figured, you know what, I can still give this a whirl and see. So this was fun. But Ghost Boy, I'm blaming Ghost Boy for my needlepoint endeavors. As you'll see, there were 3 different stores I bought needlepoint projects from and started down that rabbit hole. So thank you, Ghost Boy, if you're watching. Thank you for that introduction. He was doing this really cool stitch for a witch's hat on a needlepoint canvas, and I thought, you know, that's really cool to do those specialty stitches on it. I was thinking you only could do like the tent stitch basically, and but there's a lot of different things you can do with that. So I'm jumping in a little bit of a new world there. I don't know how far I'm gonna jump because I am working on one of them, and I am kind of actually getting bored with it right now. And I think it's because it is all that same stitch, but I kind of wanted to get the feel for it on something generic and normal before I start adding things to it. But there were coasters that were passed out, and they did this little, I don't know if they painted it or burned it, but it was really cool. That had all these little different flowers on them. And got some different needle minders from a few different people. I got this fun little case from the 805 Stitcher, Tara. Thank you, Tara. And there's a cute scissors inside with a scissor sheath, and then a little tin with charms and yeah. From Tara, the 805 Stitcher. And let's see, I got a baggie of plethora of things in here. I won't go through every single thing. There's a scissors in there. I feel like this might be from Dyson Needle. They were another vendor that was there, but let me, maybe not. Maybe I'm, yeah, Dyson Needle, Stitch Pluto, and they're from French Lick, Indiana, which is one of the areas I'm hoping will be in my road trip when I go again. So, yeah, there's all kinds of fun little things in this bag. All right, let's see. Oh, when you finish a project, like I finished that Bent Creek, you get some beads. Here's some information on Golden Familiars. They had a lot of cool things. They also had some project items as well, but they didn't have the ones with the zippers. We had a schedule, so we knew when announcements were and everything of when you had to be back. This I got from Lady Di. She repurposes, reuses, and all of that vintage jewelry and turns them into needle minders. So that was really fun. Here's a needle minder we got from Brittany Huff. I have a pen from, oh, this it was Hands-On Design. That was the designer that was in the kit of the raffle that I got, and I did keep the pen, and I kept the pins too. And then there's, let's see, another little baggie full of stuff that I got. Oh, so what I did for my table gifts is I had some charm bracelets and of all the different clue pieces, and I took the charm bracelets apart and I made little bag tags or project bag things, and each one of them had some sort of weapon. So we had the candlestick, we had the gun, we had the knife, they had the wrench, the rope, and all that. And then so I had one bag with these in it, and then I had another bag with characters. So I went around to a few people because I only had a certain number of them, and I said, okay, pick your thing out of this one and pick out of this one. So it was like picking the clue of what happened. So that was pretty fun. I should put that on my project bag with the pattern and all of that. I got scissors. There's a little thread keep. We got some cute little, oh, these were out of the Hands-On Design stuff too. Some scissor protectors, point protectors. Got a little pineapple. Oh, that was the other thing too. I'll have to figure out where they are. Yeah, I'm not sure where they are. They had, not this pineapple, but there were some little plastic pineapples they hid around the hotel. Got a little magnifying glass charm, and a little bookmark. And one of the games was in the morning, 2 times a day, they would see who had the most pineapples for some door prizes as well. We had some Perlock Holmes from CC Pink Pearl and Pumpkin Pom Pom Gilmore. CC Java Pearl and Pink and Pumpkin on Instagram. So those were fun. And then here was some clue cards, some of the game cards there. And these were from Erin Stitching. Thank you, Erin. It was so fun to hang out with you and talk with you and stuff like that too. It's a good time. And Anna Lee. These are a lot of these people we see in the different virtual retreats, and it was fun to see in person. Evidence sticker from BNS. Oh, and then these are some floss drops. So they're different, they alluded to different characters and everything. So those are fun. Not sure, let's see. And my eyes are progressively getting older. Oh, these are from Mariette. Thank you, Mariette. A little grave sticker. Let's see. A little grippy thing to, like, if you need to open something, or like pull a really tough needle all the way through. It doesn't have this on here. There were two ladies passing those out. We got a little clutched pearls, Amy Pearls, little counting pin. Another little scissor with cross stitch Kansas City. That's fun. And this I got from Judy, who does Judy's bags, and this is glow in the dark fabric, I believe, for a little floss keeper. So those are some fun things that I got from there. But wait, we're not done yet. We're still in Kansas City. We went to, and this isn't in order, the last night we were in Kansas City, we went to Cracker Barrel, and I got some salt and pepper shakers, because they've got some of the coolest salt and pepper shakers. Here lies pepper, here lies salt. Those will be fun to go on my tier tray. I also got some really cute cowboy slippers for my grandson Waylon. And I could not, I don't know if you heard or not, you might not have heard, but there's a new grandbaby coming. So the baby's due in January, but we don't know if it's a girl or boy yet. And I so wanted to buy like this really cute little cowgirl dress that I saw, but I refrained until we know. Oh, hey, I found my envelope. Now I know what I did with my envelope. I used it for notes. So we had the different vendors we had there. Golden Familiars, Dice and Needle, Crafty Magic, who has some really fun needle minders. I've got some here. Judy's Project Bag, Soulful Creations, Millennial Fabrics. Sarah was there and she had a ton of stuff. Ghost Boy, and then Lady Di. We went to let's see. Yeah. All right. So this is my bag of purchases from there, and let's see what I got. I haven't been in this bag for a while. Millennial Fabrics. I got some Cocoa Pod, and I got, this is 18 count. That's pretty true. And then let's see. Here's Wonderlust. And then these two are both Hearthstone. They're both 18 count Ada, but I had to get both of them because how different they were. I thought they were both really cool. I also won a door prize besides the raffle, and in my door prize I got the Artsy Housewife Summer Feels, and I got all of the floss. Or I don't know if this is the floss that actually goes with it, but it looks like it blends like it could. So that was pretty fun. This was, I think, up in the, I feel like this was in the, I can't remember which room this was in. This might have been Crafty Magic, it might have been Soulful Creations, it might have been, I don't remember, but it's a little case and there's some magnets here. These magnets aren't real sticky, and I'm having some problems with, I have this one from Knit Picks that I have, and I like this board, but it doesn't stay up. It's either flat, I have to prop it against something. So I like this one because this one will actually prop up on its own, and the magnets that I got with this are pretty crappy. So I've been using my needle minders as magnets for it. So one of the other things that I did purchase from Lady Dye was she had some additional magnets there. They're these little things, and I like them because they're across and you can like mark your spots. They're not really it's okay for one page, but as you can see, it already fell off there. So it's okay to mark my spot as long as it's not the sole thing holding my paper there. These are the ones that I got from the Knit Picks one, and they're not that great either. I need to find some good magnets. So I was at the yarn shop yesterday, and they mentioned Cocoa Knits are good magnets. So these will be fine for keeping my place, but they're not going to be good for holding the paper on. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Oh, that wasn't anything. Oh, I found a pineapple. These are the little pineapples that they were hiding. I got buttons and beads. This is a Fun Cow from Mill Hill. Oh, I won this. This I won from the Frogwarts retreat, and they brought it for me there. So Summer U, or Chubby U, and then this fun little needle minder. And these are the items I got from Crafting Magic. I got this cute donut honeybee. This fun skeleton zombie lady kind of thing drinking coffee. Very fun. Oh, this one I got from Golden Familiars. Who doesn't need a raccoon playing a banjo? That's going to go to Tennessee with me. Crows Before Bros, support your local murder. Thought that was fun. That's going to go on my Nevermore. And then this I thought was really cool too. A vintagey looking bee. And then I got a sticker. This I got from Soulful Creations. It's a Rae Dunn mug riser. And you can see exactly what it is. There's 3 parts there. It comes together and you can put it in it so you can set. So I could I'll just use this as a prop. So I could have a mug and then put it in there, and then so it'll stay towards the top. So those were some good things that I got. And I got all of that. I think that might be everything from camp. No, we still have more shopping that we did. We did go to, all of us went shopping, myself, Jennifer, Amanda, and Linda. We went shopping on Friday, maybe? Saturday? Friday or Saturday, I don't know. And we did go to one yarn shop called Unwind, and this is Unwind, and I'm making Jennifer a hat, and I said I'd make her a hat a long time ago. I just haven't, but I wanted to make sure it was something that she wanted, so I told her to pick out the yarn. So she got this for her hat. So I'll be making Jennifer a hat out of this. And Jessica, yes, I'll be making you fingerless mitts as well. And then we went to CC & Company and also Quilter Station. So I think that's what these 2 bags are. Yes. So this was from CC & Company. I got some snow. This is what I was hoping. I wasn't sure if I had it or not, but in the other video with Tona, I had gotten a full bag, a bunch of different Lady Dot creates, and I couldn't find any like white or cream stuff, but I did get this one from when I was in Kansas. They had some Rogue stitching fabric there as a trunk show. I got Tombstone in 18 count. That is a great mustard color. I love it. And then I also got, what is this called? Bayou. This is cool. This kind of reminds me of Murky in a way. And again, this is Rogue stitching. I know I have the Log Cabin series, and this is the floss pack. I got the Goat Load from Plum Street. I got another Rosie and Me pattern, and this one looks like it's just called Happy Halloween. But I thought it was fun. I got Poutini Cold Weather Warm Wishes. Another Rosie and Me cross stitch friends, and I just love the bee one for sure. It's really cute. And then Jessica Oler was working on this at camp, and I thought it was great, and I'm like, I have to find that. So I did find that when we were out shopping, and I do want to get the tray and everything for it as well. I think that'll be very fun. And it even has a cover to the tray too. So pretty cool. All right, and then so this is from Quilter Station. That I can't show because that's a gift for somebody. So Quilter Station has material and patterns, so I can't show you the patterns I got, but I can show you the material I got. And there's actually some of the material might be in another bag too, but Amanda was getting this fabric for somebody to make her a project case. And when I saw it, I thought it was pretty amazing. And I'm pretty sure I got more of this fabric when I was at Missouri Star Quilt Company. But that's pretty cool. And then I got Home Sweet Haunt Moda. I got the 10-inch stacker for that, or layer cake, and it has some fun different Halloween. I like the antique-y, vintagey Halloween items. All right, and then nope, there's more. Yep. So at the yarn shop Unwind, when we were all there together, I did end up finding, I like to find yarns that are from the area, something local, something about them, or just ones that I haven't seen before. Well, I don't remember seeing this one before. This is North Bay Fiber, and it's a Heritage DK, and they had a lot of fun colors. So I got green. This is like a salmony pink. I got a cream. I got a chartreuse, maybe? I wonder if there's actual colors on these. It's called Jitterbug. And then a purpley plum, and then kind of a dusty pink. So I thought these all together would be really darn cute together. So I don't know what, I'm thinking a doodle something. So maybe some sort of a doodle cowl. They had some fun pom-poms there. And this one's a little more brown and this one's a little more black. So I got those. And I think that was everything I got from that shop. I got this next item from, this was a shop I went to the next day by myself. And it was, no, that's not the right thing. It's this one. Is it? Yeah. The shop is called I'm looking for the name on the name of it is not on there. Yarn Social? Was this Yarn Social? It might have been Yarn Social. And it was, I don't know if it was Kansas or Missouri, but it was not too far from where we were. And the yarn Treasure Goddess, I guess, is a local to them kind of a person. I know I like their yarns. And then this other one was a Plies and Hellhound. I've seen that, but I fell in love with this pom-pom. So I found these two things to go with this pom-pom. And I think this is a magical combination. So this will be a super fun hat someday. Let's see. So now I can't remember. I don't remember everything I got here. So some of this stuff might be like from Omaha or from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I can't remember now. But this was Deer Creek. This was from South Dakota. So this was from one of the Sioux Falls shops that I stopped at. Prairie Road Yarn. And they had this was a local to them alpaca farm and Deer Creek alpacas. And this is really cool black color. You don't see black alpaca this dark very often. And I know I've said that before. So when you do find it, it's like a treasure. And they have the name of the alpacas on there as well. And this is just funny. This one's name is Chance. And then they also have, let's see, this is also from Prairie Road Yarn. And I thought this would actually look really good with that. This is, it's a Tweed Wonderland yarn, and it's called Reflecting Pool. So I thought that would be a really fun combination of things together. And I did get a couple of pom-poms from there. And so I don't remember like which one. I think it was this one I decided would go really cool with it. And then I got another one here too. This one would go fun with it as well if I did that. So, and then they also had this was a hand-dyed close, local person. Or was it? No, this one wasn't. No. But look at this. It's like Barbie pink skunk kind of thing. And when I saw this pom-pom, I had to go back to grab the yarn because I knew that this was meant to be. This is from a local dyer, local mill from South Dakota as well. So this is still Prairie Road Yarn. And they had some fun colors here. And this is April, May, and Mo, the Maker's Way Fiber Mill. And then this one here, this was Madeline Tosh, and I just couldn't pass up this really awesome fall color. So this was from Prairie Road Yarn in South Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and then also Yarn Social from Kansas City area, and also from Unwind in the Kansas City area. These, I got some more point protectors. These were from Prairie Road Yarn again, and these cute little pigs. All right, next, let's go back to camp because that kind of took us on a little bit of a sidetrack from camp. Let's go back to camp though, because at camp I got my July box from Black Needle Society, And I love that I didn't have to have the actual whole box. They just put everything right into the project bag. And it says, oh, it's upside down there. So it's printed this way on that side, but it's the other way on the other side. So it's, come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Now, it's really hard to say that without singing it from Willy Wonka. But and that is also the pattern that we got, Pure Imagination. So I think that's a really fun pattern. We got a sticker. And this is from, I don't even know. Oh, it's called Dare to Dream. So that's the name of, that's the inspiration for the box, is Dare to Dream. So we have Willy Wonka. We've got, so it looks like this is an ode to Alice in Wonderland. Sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. Resting Stitch Face. We got, I have a 16 count color in cotton, Wish Upon a Star. There we go. Here are some fun flash drops that we got. And our needle minder has a very good magnet because it was hard to get the flash drops off of it. This is Midnight Stitcher Society. Little coffee cup. Our floss that we got with this one. Got 3 different ones. This is Witchy, Imagination, and Solar. And this is Silk from Bee Stitch Me. So Witchy, Imagination, and Solar. And this Witchy is a very, very pretty dark purple. Oh, and then we had a couple things from the Frogwarts box. There was a license of apparition, I think it's apparition. And then the Horcrux necklace as well. So that's what was in our July box, and then a little bonus beyond. All right. I think that is everything I purchased while I was at camp. Yeah, I think so. I think that was all of that. And that's what I stitched on. I did start my Barbara. I didn't start it. I did start working on my Barbara Anna Funky Bird. Let me show you that next. Before I left camp, so before I left Kansas City, when I was done with the other one, I did start this Funky Bird by Barbara Anna. And this was the other thing that I wanted to have a finish on before I got home. And I was successful. So this is Barbara Anna Funky Bird. It's supposed to make a little pouch, and I finished it. And I finished it in Blue Earth on Saturday. And I did adjust some of my colors. You'll see this more if you watch the little excerpt the other show with Tona. So the tail feathers didn't normally have that color, and the blues were a little bit different and all of that. So I did take some liberties with changing the colors on here, but I think it turned out really good, and I'm really glad I did. So yeah, so here it is again, so you can see. So I actually, so that kind of goes towards progress. Let me just finish digging through this bag, shall I? That way we can get through this bag. The other thing that on my missions, I did like purchase, I brought some projects with me to find ways to finish things. And so my wildflowers, hello from Liz Matthews. And of course, I'm not going to have the pattern in front. Hold please. This was the floss challenge from Welcome Stitchery for the first part of the year. Well, I finished it. I got it in, but I didn't FFO it. I did FFO it. Oh, now I'm going to lose. All right, there's a bit of a magnet missing around. Oh, there we go. Found it. All right. So this was my wildflowers from Liz Matthews. Hello from Liz Matthews. And I finished it during while Tona was talking. I put it into here. I just got to cut it off and put a backing on it. So I just bought this hoop at Blue Earth at Welcome Stitchery. So in trying to find some items to finish my Barbara Anna here, I did a little shopping at Hobby Lobby yesterday, and I'm going to turn this into a bag, and I found this strap to go with it. So now I just need to find some fabric, and I'm sure I have some fabric upstairs that will go along with it. Because at first I found this fabric and I cut this and I thought, oh, this will be great. But then I found this strap and I thought, you know what, they clash, and I would rather not have to make the strap. I'd rather find fabric upstairs. So I think this is going to be perfect because it actually takes, let me do this so you guys can see the pinks and all of that a little bit closer. It takes on, this pink takes on the pink that's in there. It's kind of hard to see. And then there's a darker red in there, and then the blues in there too. So it takes on all of those colors that I used. So it's going to be a great strap for finishing the bag. That goes into plans too. So I'm planning on finishing some things. I'm not going to do a whole, like, this is my plan. I might have like a plan for the next, a generic plan, like, hey, I'm going to work up in my sewing room and try to do some FFOs. But I'm not going to have any, like, I'm working on these projects and this is what I expect to have done in the next 2 weeks kind of plan. So, all right, before we get back to some of that other stuff over there, let's go back to the road trip, shall we? So after I left Kansas City, I went to Hamilton, Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I got there about 10 o'clock-ish, and I spent all day there, and then I spent the night at a bed and breakfast in that town, and then I went back to a couple shops where I went through my photos that night while I was like reorganizing and reviewing my purchases, and there were a couple things I wanted to go back and get, so I did. I went back the next morning, and so I was there for a full day, and it was pretty dang amazing. So I will say a couple things about Missouri Star Quilt Company. It was fun to go. It's not something I have to do often. So it's a town where it's Hamilton, Missouri, and it's a town where, sorry, they have, so if you've ever seen that wall, Missouri Star Quilt Company, Jenny, she does floss tubes and videos and all of that kind of a thing. There's in this town, I'm trying to see if there's like a picture of the actual street. You know what? I'll throw in some pictures here because I did take 1 or 2 pictures of the street. So basically there's all these shops that line both sides, and there's a map that tells you like which what each shop has, what it specializes in. And then they have like a main store that gives you just like a preview of what's in each one as well. So, like one shop will have boutiques, one will have licensed items, one will have like novelty type thing, one will have seasonal, one is like Christmas, you know, different things like that. So I perused, they have a man's retreat center, and I had to look in there, and it's like 10 recliners with a TV and a pool table, and it was pretty cool. So I found some fun things. I definitely need to get up and sewing, and knowing that I got all those FFOs done before I left and my sewing room cleaned up, I know now that I can get up there and I can really get some sewing done. So I got a few things, just a few. They have like a daily deal or something like that. It was a little cutter. They had a daily deal on it, and I'm like, well, let's get a big one and a little one. I got an ornament for my tree. I got some refill blades, and then this other thing I got was this binding tool. So you like can put your binding in here and wrap it around, and it'll store your binding. So I thought that was pretty fun. That's my little, and everywhere you go, they give you a bag, and I got 3 sizes of bags. Here's my little bag. Then I have, well, actually there's another size in the middle. Then there's this one, and then there's a bigger one than this too. So I got some bags. Okay, so next, let's see what I got in the next bag. And as you can see, I have a few bags. I got some quilt patterns. I got Star Dancer. That was fun. Little Friends, Big Friends, Little Friends, and it's kind of like it's like a quilt sampler. All wrapped up. Bloom. I saw this one done. This one was cool. I would never have bought it off of the pattern, but seeing it done, I had to get it. And then big spools. I got this. I am very intrigued. Little Monsters. I saw the line of fabric and it was super cute, but this is going to be awesome for grandkids. Jenny's daughter is also an author. So there was Hilary Downsbury, The Haunting of Quilter Square. So I got one of the books, and I want to start reading books. So one of the shops they have is an accessory shop, and they have these little stations. I think I have some pictures of them. And so they had like all these little leather cutout things. So I was able to go in and make myself. I got to pick out the different pieces of where it is and then attach it all together. So I got a little fun thing here. I'll be back in just a second. All right, I'm back. Okay, so yeah, so they got this cute little tag that I can hang on to something. And then, oh, they have like, these are like wooden snowflakes. I have a picture of them. I'll stick them here and so I don't have to unwrap them all. Let's see. Oh, I got this thing. I've been wanting one of these for a long time. The Gypsy Gripper. So I got one of these too, so I can put the pressure down on my ruler while I'm cutting to make sure it has the right pressure. And then the other things in there are gifts for people, so I can't show you those either. Okay, my idea of organization is now out the door. I'm getting closer because I need to start putting things behind me. Okay, and plus the sun was coming in and whatever. Okay, we got one more bag of, and this is all the material I bought. So this isn't the miscellaneous little things. This is material. And I did really good at like picking out with a purpose, like this matches this matches this, except for a few things. There's a few things that are just random. Let me throw the randoms to the side first. I don't know if that was random or not. I think so. If not, we'll work on it and get it back there later. I got some from the Halloween area. I got some of this. And I got this to go with it. Oops. And then there's this fun one. And the way they fold it in like narrow strips, so it's hard to see the whole thing without unfolding it all, but here's an idea. And then I got this to go with it. In the boutique store, they had this really cool spider boutique, and I got a purple boutique to go with it. The purple pulls out. It's hard to tell in the light here, but the purple does pull out the color pretty well for it. They had this. I thought this was fun. I've never seen anything like this before. I knew that there were things like this out there, but it's all the states. So I got a couple repeats of that. I'm going to fold it this way to get it back together again. And to go with that, I got some fun, like little black and white diamonds. There's this material. Jenny, is this the same material you had? There was some words that she had on some things, and some of the things that were written on there were a little different, but I fell in love with this. It says, love in every stitch, live your dream, be, do, create, walk through life with steady wisdom. There was some sort of a baby or juvenile fabric line or something like that, and I don't remember if this is what it was or not, but be of pure intention, be content, say yes, stitch love, love is filled with wonder. Let's see, I did that. Sparkle and shine, that's on here. Pay kindness forward, be worthy of the friendships you are. I can't read the rest of that one. Remember your past with honor, laugh with abandon, just all kinds of fun things. Greet people, you know. And then I found this fun kind of metallic-y looking one to go with it. So thought that was pretty cool. I found this cool patriotic one. And I found this really awesome red to go with it. I got some Teresa Kogut reindeer and some plaid. I got some sloths and then some cute little flowers to go with the sloths. They have Missouri Star Quilt Company specific fabric. So I got some of that. I feel like I got a half. Wow, that's really small. I should have gotten a yard of that. Oh well. And then I got some of the ducks. Chuck the ducks. Let's see. I got some Easter eggs and some plaid to go with that. I got some fun little houses and some French words. I got some wilderness with some fun green. I got some Christmas words with some reindeer. How adorable is that, right? I got some cross-stitch fat ABCs. It's like charted, and then I got this red with flowers, black flowers to go with it. This one's like a winter wonderland kind of scene, and then I got these snowflakes to go with that. These were just random, but they're like, they fade. So in order to see the whole thing on this one, I really do have to open that up. So it goes from there to light. So it'll be, I think it'll be a fun blender. This might actually work really well with my bird. I'm gonna put that over there. That might be fun with a bird. And then I got a purpley, rainbowy one that does the same thing. And this might go well with that too. It's a whole bunch of like positive words. I got more Teresa Kogut Santa, and then I got some black plaid to go with that. Another Missouri Star Quilt Company fabric with like some quilt designs. Some words, traveling words that go along with some campers, and wrote 66 signs. And then, so those were all like paired up with intention. Then my random ones, I got this to go, I got this for a backing for a table runner. This, I had never seen this. This was like some sort of a anniversary for Moda, and they had different colorways, and what they did is they took, and there were like different strips. So I have 4 different pieces of fabric in each colorway. And I got that in the neutral. So I'm calling this my neutral one. I'll fold all of it later. I got a red one. So there's part of it there, and then the other part there. I got a blue one. This might be fun for the bag too. Maybe I should put this one over there also. Maybe not. I don't know. And then another neutrally cream. And then a green. So yeah, I thought those were fun. And then I got a couple of batiks that were just fun batiks. And then this was some red, black, and white. I'm not sure if I have this already or not, but I know this was a line that I did like. All right, that's my Missouri Star Quilt Company day. Then, oh wait, there's more. There was one more store that I went to. It wasn't the quilt company, but it was a store next door that had some fun little home furnishing stuff. And this was a towel that I found. It says, "The best things in life either make you fat, drunk, or pregnant." I thought that was a fun little hand towel to have. And I can't make all my bags, so I bought one. And look at this bag. Isn't this fun? I was really getting annoyed with carrying around my little purse, and I saw this and I'm like, I need a bigger thing that will be more like across my shoulder a little bit. So I got this. This is super cute. I love it. And it has a ton of pockets. So I'm gonna transfer my purse over to this. And and have a little new thing. All right, now we're hitting the road again. Now we're going to Omaha, and we're going to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, before we head over to Blue Earth. So the rest of the things are things that I purchased in those next 3 areas. So Omaha, Nebraska, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, oh, Beersford, South Dakota, forgot about that one. And then, because I spent the next night in Beersford, South Dakota. So we have 4 cities left. All right, now I'm not gonna be able to tell you what city's what. I'm just gonna pull the bag and show you what I got. One of the places I went to was a needlework store, and this is Village Needle Arts, and I kitted up 3 projects. Did I do 3 there? Oh no, this is Barbara's and Village Needleworks. So I went to Village Needleworks in Omaha and Barbara's in Sioux Falls. So, well, I guess I did kit up 3 there. So this is one from Village Needleworks that I got. And then here's another one that I got. Sweater weather. Let's see if I can do this so you can see it. And I got all of the stretcher bars and floss and thread that I needed for those. Sorry, I want to get these. Well, no, I don't need to yet. Sorry if there's noises, but there's less going on here. Then I got this one at Barbara's, and this one is But First Coffee. I am going to try to do decorative stitches for the background of this one, but when I show you the other one that I'm working on, I have like all kinds of glittery floss for this one also. So this one's gonna be special and fun. The other one, well, hang on. Here's another one that I kitted up. Got some cute pumpkins here. And then some different fall colors. And I got some sparkly green to go for this one for the stems. And then the one that I started, and I did kind of allude to this in the other video with Tona, but I've gotten a little bit more progress on it. I started this when we were down at Welcome Stitchery, and this is one that I got in Omaha, and it's pumpkin spice and everything nice. And I have all of the colors filled in. Before I just had everything done. Now I have more than everything done. You can see that I have all of this along here, the outside lines. Now I'm working on the inside and going back and forth here. So now I'm seriously doing just back and forth, cream, fill as we go. But it's fun, it's easy. I can do this out in the watching TV. So there we are. So those are the needle points that I got. So I'm not going to purchase more needle points at this point. I have 5 that I'm going to work through, maybe 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 5. Let's see. And then I got a couple books. So, cause I'm a newbie on this, I got the original Stitches to Go, and this is a good one that like talks about like has how to do all the different stitches. And then there's another book that I got called Mary's Whimsical Stitches. Your guide to easy, interesting, beautiful, and fun everyday needlepoint stitches. And this is volume 1. And again, it has like all of the different stitches in there. So what I got these But what I didn't get is how to, like the basics. So I need to figure out if there's a how-to guide somewhere to get, because I want to make sure I'm doing it right. All right, what's in this bag? Oh, this is from, okay, so this is from Beersford, South Dakota. Ooh, look, Justine, I found my other card. Oh, and there's my other piece of the pattern. Okay, so this I got from Beersford, South Dakota, I believe. Yes, because she has a quilt shop as well inside. I got this really fun needle / scissors minder. Nice and big, very strong magnet. I got the winter collection sheep. I might already have the sheep, but I didn't want to chance it. And I found this collage quilt. I know I have another collage quilt in my life, but remember, I'm saving for retirement. So this is something that I want to do eventually in life. And the words on this one are different than what I have on the other one. And I thought that that would be a really interesting touch someday to try. So I thought this was super cool. It's called The Red, White, and Blue by Laura Heine, Heine, H-E-I-N-E, Fiberworks Inc. And it's from 2024, so it's a little newer. All right, fabric. I got some fabric. And some of this fabric was just fun, I think. I don't know. I got this. It's a fun Christmas one. Here's some fun words, and there's like some different colors, a few colors on that one. Like some old signs, old newspaper prints, and then some little checks to go with that. And then this is some other newspaper print, and then I also got this to go with it. And then I got some pins and sheep to go together. Thought those were fun together. I got some great big wonder clips to help making project bags with vinyl a little easier, hopefully. And then we get into more of the cross stitch stuff. Here's another needle minder. I couldn't pass up that chicken. He's just too cute. And then this is a scissor fob or scissor sheath. So I thought this was really cool. And what I'm going to do is on the back side of it, I'm going to put a magnet on it. So I can just stick my scissor and have my scissor in plain sight all the time instead of buried underneath everything. I wanted to get some Ada opalescent. So I got some 18 count opalescent. And this I wanted to, so I got some 16 count raw linen and 18 count opalescent raw linen, because for some of my Little House Needleworks things it calls for these. And this one I think is either the Gingerbread Village or the Nutcracker Village, and then this one was for the country set, I believe. And then there was a Ada Stormy Night 18 count. I decided to get that. And then we get into the patterns. I got some Ooh La La by Sue Hillis, the Blue Flower, and this is called Spooky Autumn Smalls, and she had this guy done. Oh, he was so adorable. The Blue Flower, Hedgehog and Hyacinth, hands-on design. Hey there, pumpkin. Sweater weather. Y'all need some sweater weather. Okay, there's a story with this. Mirabilia, Dressmaker's Daughter. I used to own this pattern years ago. I have searched and searched and searched and searched for this over the last probably 3 years and have not been able to find it. I'm sure I purged it somehow, sometime, I don't know. I'm like, I saw it, I'm like, because I've searched whenever I've looked at Mirabilia, if any store had it, I always bought it. she has a ton of Mirabilia and Nora Corbetts. So I took pictures of all the ones that I wanted if I didn't already have. And so I am going to go through all of my Mirabilia and Nora Corbetts, and I will place an order with her for all of those that I don't have. But this is like, this was, it's not a unicorn because it's out there and available, but it was a unicorn to me. So I was, this is like one of my favorite purchases this trip. This Mirabilia, this one's called the Stargazer. I think that one is really pretty. This is more of an embroidery type one. Snow Sampler. Here's a sheep for the lamb for the mini bags. Permanent Gatherings, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Thought that was super cute. I did see it done. This one I thought I saw done too, and I would never purchase this from the pattern. This is Thistles, Stitcher's Favorites. And it's so hard to see on there. I mean, it's not a great picture at all, but seeing it done, sold it. And this is another one, Stitch All the Things. I've always gone back and forth on buying this one, but I saw it done, so I had to get it. And then this one, I just love ice skates. Robin Pickens Snow Kissed Skates. That's what I got from Shanty Stitchers in Beersford, South Dakota. And I have to shout out, if you are ever there, there is a coffee shop, Cream and Sugar, or just around the corner from them, and it is so good. They have got great bakery things, they've got food, they've got good coffee, all of it. So Cream and Sugar is your place to go if you need a snack or a drink, if you are in Beersford, South Dakota, to go to Shanty Stitchers. And then this was sitting over here too. I got tacks for all my boards. Where'd that thing go? Oh, this. So on these stretcher boards here, when you gotta tack them down, and I got this. So I got all these stretcher boards and all these tacks. But then when I was in southern Minnesota, Welcome Stitchery, there were a couple needle pointers that were in there, and they were showing me that they just use their Q-snaps. So I may not use those stretcher boards very often because honestly, the Q-snaps, you get to retighten if you need to. On here, you're not retightening. So maybe if I'm like, don't have enough fabric for the Q-snap or something like that, but we'll see. All right, so there's that. Then, okay, that's Michelle's. Let's just do this and get this noisy bag out of the way. So this is from Blue Earth. I went to Michelle's, the quilt shop there, and of course I found some fun things. I'm getting everything out of the bag first. All right, so I got some cute little fishies and then some cute words to go with the fishies. They had this Halloween line that was super cute. It's called Trick or Treat. Those two together. I went there intentionally looking for the Teresa Kogut Halloween stuff that came out, and I intentionally was looking for the cream boots. I did not find enough. I only found one fat quarter of the cream boots, but I did get some of the purple boots, and I still want to, I'm going to do some more shopping. I know I'll find it somewhere, but there's a panel out there where all of these boots, they make them like stockings. So I did get this to go as like some backup for it. And then I did get some of the black that coordinated with it as well. But I still am on the search for some of those boots, that panel. Tula, she's so good. We got some pink squirrels here. Now I wanted the stripy fabric, but I couldn't find the stripy fabric in those colors at the Tula, so I did look down the way and I found this, and I thought this looked just good enough with it, so I got this to go with it. The quilt shop hop, Minnesota quilt shop hop was happening, so I'll look. So I found this panel, and I forgot it was happening, but when I walked in, so there are 8 items on this where I can like take them apart and do some different things with them. There's a different line of fabric every year for the quilt shop hop. And I'll just lay that there like that. I got this fabric to go with it, and then I got this collage fabric to go with it. So I got those are my coordinating ones for that. Let me open up that collage fabric a little bit more because it's pretty amazing. I thought it was really a cool design this year. So we got all kinds of things. We got the cities, we got the country, we got all of it in there. The birds, the flowers, got Minnesota covered. She did have the new Christmas Naughty or Nice Santas, so I did get that with a couple of items that will coordinate. And then this last one is my favorite find of this shop. This, when I was looking at that other Halloween fabric, I saw, oh my gosh. I looked at this and I'm like, is that Wizard of Oz? But it's Trick or Treat with a Wizard of Oz feel. And so I got this fabric. I thought this was really fun. And then there's this coordinating fabric with it. And as I was up there getting the fabric cut, she goes, oh, did you see this? She goes, that's a great line. I go, it is really cool. She goes, did you see the quilt kit? I said, no, I did not see the quilt kit. So I went and saw the quilt kit, and I now have the quilt kit. So it's Riley Blake. It's called Stars and Windows. And it has all of the fabrics in there, and it was done so well. In this quilt kit, if you like Wizard of Oz, like a play on Wizard of Oz, it comes with a pattern, and then it comes with all of the fabrics. And here's just a sampling of the fabrics. I don't want to take it all apart because I would really create a big mess, but it's pretty damn cool. So there's that. So that's what I bought at Michelle's down in Blue Earth. All right, then, okay, now we can get rid of that noisy bag. Okay, that bag already. All right, let's see. So here is a yarn shop that I went to. This was from Woolly Mammoth, and Woolly Mammoth was the first shop that I went to in Omaha, I believe. And I asked if they had like any like dyers that were up, you know, I asked that everywhere. This I just thought was a really cool color, and I've never seen this one before, so I did get this. Got a couple of those. This was a dyer that was close to them. This is Cozy Cauldron Fiber, and this is called Headlines, or Headliner. And I got a gray here that I thought would go really well with that. And this is Woolly Mammoth dyed. So this was dyed by the owner of the shop herself. And it's kind of, there you go. There, it's lighter than what was showing there. So it's a lot of cream with the gray. So, and then here's another one that she dyed also. This is like a coppery burnt copper, I'm gonna call it. And then she had these, and I just thought that they were fun. And again, I'm thinking some sort of a fall bauble, or fall doodle for that. So that's what I got at Woolly Mammoth. Okay, and then another yarn shop I went to in Omaha. This one was, looking for the name of it. So this was Imagine It. Imagine It Yarn Shop. This was a fun shop, and they had a large group of people inside knitting. This is a pattern keeper holder. So you open it up and you put your paper through to save your place where you're at with a pattern. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty tight. They also had this really fun yarn. It's called Bobbiny, and it's almost like rope. Here's a picture of a basket that was done, and I am very intrigued. It's crochet, so I'm very intrigued to do that. I got this really cool bag too to put all my stuff in that I got from there. There's like this hat. I can't remember the name of it, and I always forget the name of it, and I always like explain it, and everyone's like, that's it. It has like some trees and then some sky, and I got this to do the sky part, kind of a play on the Northern Lights. Thought this is, again, I was shopping with the mind of possibly having a granddaughter. But I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get this for me. And because I found this pom-pom. Isn't that great? So I can hold this together and make a fun hat. And then this was a local dyer, Wool of Bat. Look at the deep burgundies and reds in there. And that's true. That's pretty true colors. It's just a little bit brighter than what you're seeing, but those deep colors really are there. And it's called Wool of Bat. And this is Runeous Red. And then I got the bag parts to make that bag. That's what I got there. That was a super fun shop. And it was amazing. When I went to all of these shops, they're like, oh, where are you from? And I'm like, Minnesota. And they're like, oh my gosh, what's your yarn shop? And I'd say my local yarn shop is Be Woolen. I love that shop. Oh my gosh. The amount of people in the yarn community that know about like the different Minnesota shops, I was pretty amazed. And yeah, it was cool. So there's, so I don't know, Angel or Michelle, if you guys watch this or not, but if anybody does, they can give them a little, there's a lot of people jealous about your shop. They wish that they have the space that you guys have, and they love how you have things set up and all of that. So just kind of a heads up. And another one too that Warm and Woolly is another one that's like on the up and coming radars of people. And darn it anyway, Amy, everybody loves your billboards, your little sandwich board signs. So oh my gosh, I said that so Midwestern, didn't I? Sandwich. But yes, it's so fun just to hear people talk about and know that those are like local to me. It was really interesting and really good. All right, let's see. I did that one. Okay, I got this bag left, and I got this bag left. You guys, we're getting down there. We are getting down there. And then I have to like sort through that mess over there to see if there's anything I missed. All right. Let's do this. This is what I got from the yarn shop from Black Sheep, Becky's yarn shop in Blue Earth, Minnesota. She had these fun bags. This material, I can't explain this material. It's interesting, but it's like stretchy, and these were $10. And I'm like, this is awesome for a fun little project. You can just like poop it in, and there you go. And cow print. She had this fun yarn. She was making something with this, and I thought this would make an amazing hat. And I got another black pom-pom just because you can never have too many pom-poms. And then I saw this, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but look at the colors of this. This is, oh, I should probably tell you what these are. This is Premier Spun Colors, and this is by Premier Yarns. I don't even know what it is. It's super soft. It is, oh, it's 65% acrylic and 35% merino superwash. But if this is a girl, this would make a really fun blanket. I wonder if I have enough. How many yards are on this? I just kind of thought of that now. But these were the last two things she had, and I think they don't make it anymore. It's 419 yards, and I have got 2 of them. So I have 838 yards. So we'll see. And this is Ella Ray Squish. It's a Easy Care Plush Self-Striping Yarn, and it's 56 polyester and 44 acrylic. So no wool in that at all. Interesting. Alrighty, so there's that. Then let's go back on the road trip. So here is, oh, this is when I was still in Kansas City. This is Casey Maker Studio. There was another quilt shop. And when you walk into Quilter Station, everything is very neutral, very, very calming, very neutral. When you walk into Casey Maker Studio, you are like, whoa, I am here. It is so bright, so fun, so inviting. It was nice to have the 2 different ones. So some of the things I got from there, I did find some magnets, and I'm like, I'm gonna see if these are good and heavy. And then I got a Ruby Star Society needle minder. I got a fun bunny. I got some just plain backings because I think I'm going to use one of these for the inside of my pouch. I got this. This is just a fun, like some vintagey fabrics. So I got that little kit as well. This is Tim Holtz March Fat Quarter Palette Club. So I love Tim Holtz fabric. And then the other few things that I got here, I got a couple of panels. I got this one. This is a placemat panel, but I thought this would make some fun bags. And I like doing the larger bags because I like fitting my 11 by 11 Q-snaps in the bags. So this is, I'll just kind of fold it in half this way because the placemats are all the same. There's 4. So I thought that would make a fun bag. And I know I have fabric upstairs that will match with it. And then this guy I could not walk by and say no to. He was whoo, whoo, whoo as I went by. Isn't he cute? I think he is adorable. And then I got some coordinating fabrics from that line to go with him, which is just so fun and exciting. So who could resist that, right? Not me. But yes, that was when I'm back in Kansas City. I know I'll be there again. When I'm back there again, Casey Maker Studio will definitely be on my list of things to do again. And I like going, so this time when I was shopping with a purpose because I had a few things with me that I'm like, need some things for finishing. So it was nice to shop with a purpose also. Oh, this I got from Missouri Star Quilt Company. They have a yarn shop also in their thing, and this is a interchangeable. It is a 6-hook interchangeable crochet set. And I've seen these around, but I've often wondered if they were really easy to work with. So it's this base handle, and then you've got one here, and you've got additional sizes. And does it say what sizes? It doesn't. But you basically, you protect your hook, you take it out, you flip it around, and then you got your interchangeable crochet hook. And you've got the different sizes there. So, and there's room for 3 more spots. And I'm gonna see if what sizes there are here and see if there's any that I need to add to my list or my, you know, my set. But I think this is really cool. So very happy. And they have one that's like a bullet shape, and then it's called Slim, and then they have a bulb shape where it's rounder at the end, and I liked this one better. And the girl that was working was actually using one, so I could try it before I buy it. So that was the key thing, is I've seen some different shape wider handles, but I've been afraid to make the purchase because what if they're uncomfortable? All right, so I got more yarn. This I got from Warmth. This is a very unique yarn shop to me. I was very amazed, and I love the idea. They only carry non-superwash yarn. And so there were only a few yarns in there that I actually recognized. A lot of them that were in there I hadn't even heard of. So it was very interesting, and I wanted to buy so much, but I knew I couldn't. This was one that was from close by. This was Thule Farm Yarn. This is out of Iowa. It's close by them. This was in Omaha, Nebraska. So these are both from a farm nearby. And this guy is called, I think that they were named. Yeah, this is a blend of Holiday, Hygge, and Echo. And then this one is a blend of Echo and Fiat. So these are from some of the alpacas that they have. And then these, I want to make some fun pumpkins. This is a Brusca, an orange. And this is from Vovo. And these are Rosa, are they the same? I don't know. It's Vovo. So I thought that would make some fun pumpkins. And then, oh, more Thule. This was, who is this? This is Pearl's family. Pearl, Coral, DeLorean, Ephraim, Evelyn, and Freya. So, yep. So I got these 3 together. And then they had some cute little bags, and I'm always looking for some cute bags so I can kit up projects and keep them together. And what do I have in here? I don't even know. Oh, yeah. So they also had this book, Kawaii Christmas. This was at Prairie Road Yarn. They have some cute little things in there. And this was me. Okay, this is Stitchery Nook. I knew I'd find it somewhere. Look, we finally got back to Osage, Iowa. We just made the big round trip. Oh, but we have some more. We got these little things from Warmth also. We got some more stitch markers, or point protectors. We got some monsters, and we got some lipstick. Whenever I say lipstick, I think of that video, Pipsticker. I don't know how she says it, but it's cute. This is one of the things that I was shopping with a purpose for. I was looking for a frame to finish this guy. So I did find this frame at Stitchery Nook. And I think it'll look pretty good in there. It has a little bit of a gold kind of edging there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's that. It's weird being the same age as old people. Isn't it though? And then I can see that I may or may not have bought some duplicates. Oops. Being that this was the first shop, I forgot. Sorry, Tona. Blackbirds and Stars. Oh, the Little Stitcher. Stitchery Nook has a lot of the Little Stitcher patterns, and I have never seen that many patterns from Little Stitcher. So these were cute. It's Blackbirds and Stars. Thought those are cute birds. Then we have the 13 Moons. And look at all the animals. We've got the wolf. We've got a tree there. Is that with a tree? No. Oh, yeah. And then a bird. Then we have flowers, a deer, a bee, maybe some more flowers, pumpkin, fox, a spinning wheel, a bird, and a squirrel. Oh, just wait. This marketplace thing that's happening. There's so many good squirrels. All right. Winter animals 2. We got the bunny, the raccoon, the bird, the owl, the bear. Oh, so fun. We got some farm animals. We got a donkey. We got a cow. We got a goat. We got a pig and a chicken. Oh, my. Then we have White Christmas. We have skates. We have a reindeer, albino deer, a snowflake, and a snowman. Then, of course, we got the cardinal. And then we have this is the mother of bees. I saw this stitched up. I saw this sample, and I thought, I'm like, is that Tiny Modernist, or is that, or there was another one? And she's like, nope. And she brought it. I'm like, oh my gosh. So this was really cool. And then another one I saw stitched was Night Watch 1626, and that was really cool. This was also stitched, and this was a beautiful. Live, Laugh, Love, Stony Creek. My bad. And there's a couple different things in here. I mean, even looking at let me just make sure they are, yeah, even these towels and all of that are in there too. So this was a really cool book. And the third part of my pattern, got them all. ORATM, Let It Snow, and Heart and Hand. I was on a mission. I got bumblebee etchings and floral etchings too. So that was Stitchery Nook. Okay. That's my road trip. Okay, let's see what was over here that was maybe like already talked about, but the highlights weren't. I need to highlight because it was part of the video from before. I have progress on some knitting. I have my Lady Whistledown cowl. And this I started before I left. This is by Lyrical Knits, Lady Whistledown cowl. And I am on my 17th dip section, and there are 21 total. So I am almost done. And what this will do when it's done is it'll come back around, it'll sew like this, and it'll be a cowl, like a little bandana kind of cowl scarf. So I'm getting there. Another mention that I need to mention. So there's a designer challenge, and Justine down at Welcome Stitchery, they pick 2 designers each. I don't want to step on my glasses. 2 designers each at the last 6 months of the year. And this year they picked Homespun Elegance and Erin Elizabeth. Last year it was JBW Designs, and that's when I did this guy. So that was the designer challenge last year. This year I picked Homespun Elegance and Delivering Peppermints and Candy Canes. So it's this guy here, and I'm doing it on an 18 count linen, raw linen. I didn't know they made 18 count linen. I am so excited to try this. And then I picked up my own colors, and I've got some sparkly for the red and the white. And I have some little cookie buttons for the wheels. And I'm going to see if I can find some peppermint buttons for up here, but we'll see. I might just have to stitch them red and white too. That's fine, because I got sparkle. Let's see. Another honorable mention. So in my last video, I showed you some fail. I did some FFOs, and I did some fabulously finished objects or finally finished objects, but I also had some totally failed FFOs. And this was one of them. But Lynn down at Welcome Stitchery, I brought this to her, and it was Thursday or Friday I brought it to her. Saturday she brought it back done already. I had done, like, I tried to make this into a little pillow for a pin cushion, and so I could put it on here, but I couldn't get it to stay on straight. She got it to stay on straight. She used the right materials. I didn't even know what the right materials were. She added some pins, and now I've got this finished object, this pin cushion, and I can store trinkets in there. So thank you, Lynn. Thank you for the super fast turnaround. I love it, and I can't wait to see the rest of what you have. Let's see. I went shopping yesterday to Hobby Lobby because I need to finish this. And I know I'm not going to be able to get to Hobby Lobby for a while. It's hard to get there because they're not open on Sundays, and most of my Saturdays are full. And now that I'm working in the office, it's going to be hard to get down there before they close and things. So I have this that I have halfway finished, an HFO. And I just thought he looked, I mean, I have this guy over here to sit with him. He's a little too bright red to me. I feel like I need to make him a little, I want to see if I can find a little like wax or dark stain or something like that. I need to vintage him up a little bit. But I watched Catherine and Julie Floss Paper Scissors, and they're always doing some fun things with handles. So I found this guy, this little finale thing, and it's going to go on top here. It's hard to put it on there because it's got a long thing, but I'm going to put that on top. And I think that helps with tying together the black of that, and then if I vintage this guy up, I think it'll tie together a lot better. So I'm almost done with it. This has been an ongoing need to finish kind of thing, but we're almost getting there. And I also found some little, with vintaging that guy up and everything too, I found these little, I think they're probably like drawer pulls or something like that, meant to be. Sorry, paper. But I'm just going to cut off the edges. I'm going to see if my husband can cut those off, but they're roses. And if I can have them kind of sit like on the corner or something like that, I think that might be kind of fun. So we'll see if he can do that without breaking them. I don't know. Or maybe they'll just be something else for some other day. I did not find my Chantel's 141 piece hanger sign, so I need to order that online, but I was trying really hard to shop local for it first. And then I did find, for my Eek pillow, I did find the ribbon and all that stuff for it. So most of my things are accomplished, or you know, at least I know what's happening. So plans. Let's just get into some plans. Generic basic plans. Clean up this mess. Put this stuff away. We're gonna bring the stuff that needs to be FFO'd up to the FFO table, and we're going to work on some FFOing. We are then going to, in the next couple weeks, we're going to pull together my whip out stuff. So the fall I need to find my props, my leaves, and pick out my projects that are going to coordinate to those leaves. I've made the decision today. I'm going to do a floss tube every 2 weeks. And those floss tubes won't be very long, because if I only have 2 projects that I'm working on, 1 project a week, I'll probably have, just 2 projects and some knitting. And my shopping is going to go way down, because I don't need a lot more stuff. I did a lot of shopping these 2 weeks. I think I'm good for the rest of the year, except my one thing is I have that needlework marketplace thingy or whatever that's pre-orders right now. There's gonna be a little, that video will be a little longer. And then when I go to my retreats, so I have my allotted shopping times already determined for what it is. And then let's see. So I need to pick out my patterns for my fall version of the whip out wipe out thingy. Get all that together, do some FFOs, and then, did I already forget something I said? I don't know. Anyways, I do plan on finishing my Lady Whistle Down cowl, and then we'll figure out, I think I'm going to go back to my Jane wide stripe cardigan after that and try to hammer that out before it gets too long. So there's my stuff. Thank you guys all for sharing this time with me. Yes, this was another feature film. It wasn't a double film this time though. This, I think, was only 1 film with lots of commercials. Is that AMC that has all of the extra commercials on their things, that where a hour-and-a-half movie takes 3 hours? Maybe. All right. With that, if I find something that I forgot to show you, I'll show it next time. So I'll be back again end of August, beginning of September. So like the 31st, something like that, somewhere around there. We'll see. I don't even know what day of the week that is, so we'll see where that lands. Actually, that might be the Labor Day weekend, so that's what we'll plan on doing. All right, everyone, smile, sparkle, shine. Ooh, another honorable mention. I didn't have it washed and ready to do, but sip, smile, repeat too. So there you go. I need to get that out and start using it for water. Okay, smile, sparkle, shine for real. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and cheers.